Alright guys, today we're going to be taking a look at this new custom rain variation. I honestly think I have been underestimating this rain variation. The Quantum Rift, the Quantum Slice, and the Edenian Force are three special moves in Rain's kit that I haven't been paying any attention to. However, the more I lab with these custom moves, the Quantum Rift for Rain seems to be a strong special move because it essentially gives Rain free zoning. In the Quantum Slice, I didn't really think about using this tool in the neutral, but when you actually use this tool in the neutral zone, it can be kind of dangerous because the range on it is actually ridiculous. And not only that, the Quantum Slice does have a crushing blow on top of it. And that brings me to the next special move, which is the Edenian Force. So if you were to use the Quantum Slice in the air, you can essentially get some pretty good movement that can keep you safe at all times unless the opponent makes a read. So the reason I was always turned away from using anything but the Hydra Boost for Rain is because the Geyser Kick is the replacement when you don't have Hydra Boost on. In the Geyser Kick, we all know doesn't really give Rain the best damage. Like this combo right here does 20%, so that isn't good at all. Like nobody wants to do 20% for one bar. So that was honestly the main reason why I was turned off from using this variation, or let alone any other custom variation without Hydra Boost in it, because I think Hydra Boost allows you to get that extra pressure so you can actually play that stagger game and get some mix off his staggers. However, when you do put all of these other special moves together, they kind of cancel out the Geyser Kick, because essentially you wouldn't need the Geyser Kick unless you got a full combo punish. So for me, I never really thought the Geyser Kick was a big part of Rain's game plan, even though it is a signature move for Rain to have. I never thought NRS wanted this to be a big concept in his fight style because it's just too weak. It's overall too weak. This move alone is extremely weak, and not to mention it is unsafe, extremely unsafe. But now with the Quantum Slice and the Quantum Rift, I feel like these two moves alone really allow Rain to kind of play freely in the neutral or even full screen. Because let's say the opponent is trying to zone me like Liu Kang's Fireball, you now always have a free tool to prevent him from doing that, and you can actually get the counter for it freely, just like that. So you can see why this is actually really beneficial for Rain to have, because he essentially has a defensive wall at all times. However, if the opponent did two projectiles at the same time, you will not be able to counter the second one. You'll always get hit by that second projectile. Even if you meter burn it, you still get hit. So it only works on one single projectile. So that brings me to the next move, the Quantum Slice. As you see, the Quantum Slice is back forward 3, and it looks like this. The first hit is actually a high, but when meter burn, it actually hits mid. And not to mention, the range on the Quantum Slice is super OD. Like, we are way past neutral, right? Like, look at this range right here. And I still hit my opponent. Even though it is a high, so he can duck, the range on that is incredibly good. So if you did the Quantum Slice and the opponent were to neutral duck, it'll go right over their head because, again, it is a high. However, if you meter burn it, it hits mid and you are now -5, which means you are safe. So if you were pressuring the opponent, you could always check them with that and keep yourself safe. Because you no longer have the tidal wave with this variation, so you don't get those extra 50-50s that keep you safe. You now have to check them with the Quantum Slice. And on top of all of that, you can actually use the Quantum Slice in the air. And when you meter burn it, you can see Rain goes in and back out. In and back out. And look at that. Look at the distance on the screen. We are way more than neutral right now. We are almost full screen. Almost full screen. So you can see how safe that is. So now that we realize Rain's movement is ridiculous, not only on the ground, but in the air as well, you can also bait your opponent with this idea. Because not only do you have to go left to right, but you can actually go down and it hits mid. However, when you do go down without the meter burn, it is -10. But if you do meter burn it, again, you are -5. So if you were to throw this out, make sure you meter burn or you're going to get hit every single time. You're going to get full combo punished. But even when you do meter burn it and you are -5, look at the pushback. Look at the pushback on that move. So essentially, you aren't really minus. You don't have to play defense. You can actually backdash if you want. You can maintain that offensive pressure. You can throw in a projectile. The pushback on this move is just so good for Rain to move around freely. And another note to mention is when you do the Quantum Slice in the air, as Rain comes back on that second Quantum Slice right there, you can actually aim down as well. Just like that. However, you can see right there, it is -14, which is extremely unsafe, so you will get full combo punished every single time. But even on top of all of that, it doesn't stop there. You can meter burn this twice. Just like that to keep yourself safe. So if you do want to cash out and use both offensive meters, you sure as hell can. But do I think that's worth it? Only if you catch your opponent off guard, because essentially this becomes a 50-50 in a way. Because if the opponent understands that this move right there is minus 14, they're going to go for that full combo punish, and that's when you hit them with that extra meter burn and catch them off guard. So if we don't meter burn the second time, we're going to get reversaled. But if we do catch them off guard, you can see we got the reversal counter. So this becomes a 50-50 essentially, because now the opponent has to guess, am I going to go for that full combo punish, or is he going to use that extra meter to catch me off guard? So back to the Quantum Rift. If you absorb 2 projectiles with the Quantum Rift, you actually get a crushing blow on the Quantum Slice. So you get the crushing blow if you absorb 2 projectiles, and it actually launches for you to extend the combo. So I'm not going to get too deep into the combos right now. That will be another video, but the Quantum Slice can lead to some pretty good damage. But real quick, here are a few ideas you can actually do with that Quantum Slice crushing blow. %. Or if you were to get the down 2 crushing blow, you can actually confirm into the Quantum Slice crushing blow as well. 43%. So those are just some basic ideas, and I'm sure you can get a lot more. So another reason that the Quantum Slice is so good, because it's basically a free get out of the corner tool. Just like that, and we're back to mid-screen. So if your back is against the wall in the corner, you always have an option now to get out. And again, you can bait them, so if you do get out, you can come right back in. And if the opponent doesn't flawless block your jump in, your overhead jump in like that, your jump in 3, you can actually go into the Quantum Slice off a jump in. Just like that, and keep yourself safe. So like I said at the start of this video, I never really thought Rain's geyser kick was a big part of his game plan. I always thought that Rain benefited with his overall movement in this game. His movement is some of the best. His backdash is good, his forward dash is really good, and then also his wave dash, if you are skilled and can actually pull off the wave dash, is very strong. But alright guys, I'm going to end the video there. I really hope you learned something today with this new Rain custom variation. I think a lot of people are actually using this Rain variation. I ran into a few of them using the Quantum Slice, and at first I couldn't really tell why they were using it, but now I fully understand. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.